It is very helpful when we're working with lines to solve for certain values. So here's an example. Y is equal to 2x plus 1. When y is equal to 9, find x. How can we solve this? Well, we're going to look at 3 different ways to solve it. The first way is using a table of values. Now, this space that I have, I think I'm going to run out of space if I do with the table of values the usual vertical way, so I'm going to make it horizontal, and that's okay. I'm going to put my x value and then my y value. So if x is equal to 0, y is equal to, 2 times 0 plus 1, 2 times 0 plus 1, so y would be equal to 1. If x is equal to 1, 2 times 1 plus 1 is equal to 2 plus 1 is 3. So we're trying to figure out when y is equal to 9. We have 1, 3, we're going to have to keep going a bit further to get to 9. So x is equal to 2. 2 times 2 plus 1, that's 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. Not what we're looking for, not 5, we're looking for 9, so we've got to keep going. 2 times 3 plus 1, 6 plus 1 is 7. We're getting close. 2 times 4 plus 1, 9. That is what we're looking for. The question was, find the x value when y is equal to 9. So we found it. The x value is 4. We could write a final statement. Therefore, x equals 4. If you want, you could write a little bit more. When y is equal to 9. Now, is this the only way to solve? No, there are other ways. So we looked at a numerical way here using the table of values. Next, we're going to look at a graphical way. So our second method is graphing. Now remember, the problem is we have y is equal to 2x plus 1, and we're given y is equal to 9. We're being asked, what does x equal? It's always a good idea on your page to write down a bit of information, whether this is on your homework, in your notes. When you write down the exact values, the exact equation that you're working with, you're less likely to make a mistake. If you try to skip to doing the work and you're looking at the question on your computer, in the textbook, or somewhere, your eyes might jump back and forth and make a mistake. So write down the original question, it's helpful. Okay, so graphing. How can we do this by graphing? So we know information when we look at the equation. We first look at the y-intercept. That's where we start from. So the y-intercept is equal to 1. And next we look at the slope. What is the slope? The slope is equal to 2. Now, it can be a little bit confusing. When we were talking about slope, we were talking about rise over run. We need two numbers. We need the going up and the going over. Well, anything over 1 is still itself. 2 divided by 1 is still 2. So this is our little trick. We just put the number over top of 1. So we need to go up 2 and over 1. Whoops. Up 2 and over 1. It takes 2 points to make a line. So when we put the y-intercept and then we use the slope to get another point, we now have enough information to make a line. Now, I'm usually not all that great at drawing lines, but you just have to do your best. And I'm going to use a drawing tool to help me. Let's see, that's pretty good. Make it a new color. Okay, so this is our line. Y is equal to 2x plus 1. And the question is, when y is equal to 9, what is the x value? So, when y is equal to 9, right here, x is equal to 4. That's great. That's what we found with the table of values. So we really should get the same answer again. And again, you could write a final statement, therefore x is equal to 4. Do you want to know a shortcut? Therefore, we represent with these 3 dots. Therefore, x is equal to 4. If you want to make your final answer really obvious to people who are looking at your work, put a box around it. Okay, now one question students sometimes have is, when you're graphing a line, why do you start with B? Why not start with M? Well, if you try to start with the slope, let's do this in another color, let's do this in gray. If you try to start with the slope, you could look at your graph and you could go, so I have slope and I'm just going to, it's a slope of 2, so I'm going to go up 1 over 2 and it looks like this, and this is my line. What's the problem with this? Well, it's not crossing the y-axis at the intercept. So you can't just randomly start doing the slope in any spot. You need a point first, and then you can do the slope. If for some reason you don't have the y-intercept, and if you're given a different point, say you were told 2, 5 is a point, and you put that point, you could do the slope from there. Up 2, over 1, and that works out fine. But you need a point, and then you can use the slope. In the next video, we're going to look at how to solve it algebraically.